Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday, Professor Mutahi Ngunyi shared a tweet on his Twitter handle, which suggests that the Nakuru governor, Lee Kinyanjuhi, could be just the preferred Azimio la Umoja running mate to the ODM leader, Raila Odinga. And according to Mutahi Ngunyi, at first place, the preferred person was the Kenya party leader Mother Karua. But since Karua is playing hard to get, then the perfect match for Raila Odinga is just Lee Kinyanjuhi. And this is what he's saying. Because Mother Karua is playing hard to get, Lee Kinyanjuhi will be Raila Odinga deputy. There are more Valley Kikuyus than Mountain Kikuyus. Lee represents Valley Kikuyus, and because he looked like Moi, he will also represent the Kalenjin nation. Iko swali, and remember he was just retweeting the photo from Polycarp Higa, who posted a photo, alikuwa ameandika hapo kutoka mbali in 2 images. And if you check into that photo, you will see President Uhuru Kenyatta holding the hand of Lee Kinyanjuhi. I think they were somewhere in a campaign when they are still very youthful. Then in the second photo, which is the current photo, when President Uhuru Kenyatta now is sharing a light moment with the Governor Lee Kinyanjuhi. Now, we are continuing with our punchline, and we want to check really if Lee Kinyanjuhi can be the best bet for Raila Odinga. But before we go deep into that, a quick reminder. You might be watching this channel, but you have not yet subscribed. Therefore, my humble request, please consider subscribing so that any other time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our returning subscribers and anyone who drops comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. I'm also requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend our video to a larger audience. Back to our discussion. Now, at first place, Professor Mutahi Ngunyi had insisted that the Kenya party leader Mother Karua is the best bet for Raila Odinga as the running mate for 2022 general election. We also did that video here, and many people did not agree with Professor Mutahi Ngunyi in that preferences. And Ngunyi's direction was that Mother Karua was closely working with the One Kenya Alliance. And of course, this One Kenya Alliance, in his own view, it was going to fold into a coalition with Raila Odinga's side of Azimio la Umoja. Then when they get to negotiate, simply because Mother Karua in One Kenya Alliance was coming from Mount Kenya region, then she will be picked as the preferred running mate to Raila Odinga in support within One Kenya Alliance. That was the arrangement. But seemingly, One Kenya Alliance might not stay to the end because of the competing interest within that alliance. You can see what Mudavadi is talking about, meaning whether he gets One Kenya Alliance ticket or not, he is a man who is prepared to go all the way to the ballot. And if you look at Kalonzo Musyoka, Gideon Moi, they are already negotiating on their behalf with Raila Odinga within Azimio la Umoja. So Mother Karua is left with the Mount Kenya party forums to negotiate on their own behalf. So for that reason, she might not come that much strong that Professor Mutahi Ngunyi had thought about. Because now it is everyone negotiating on behalf of his own interest. Now, secondly, inasmuch Mother Karua has been seen as the face of Mount Kenya political party forum leader, she has insisted that for her, she has not finished her business in Kirinyaga County. For that reason, she is putting her eye on the ball to take over the leadership of Kirinyaga as the next governor of that county. So she's not focusing anywhere to do with the running mate to anyone. She don't want to focus on national politics. So for that reason, Professor Mutahi Ngunyi is just discovering that Mother Karua is not ready to be a running mate to anyone. And that's why now he is thinking to go for Lee Kinyanjuhi. So in whichever coalition Mother Karua will be, she will not be playing national politics. Instead, her politics is going to be in Kirinyaga County. Then after that, she can think of anything else. And secondly, She said that no one has ever approached her to be a running mate to any of these individuals. And again, she's focusing in Kirinyaga. So that is done and dusted deal. Now, coming to the issue of Lee Kinyanjuhi, where Mutahi Ngunyi is suggesting that Kinyanjui seemingly look like the former president, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. So for that reason, he can attract the Kalenjin numbers into Raila Odinga's side. Secondly, he is half a Kikuyu. That is what it means. So for that reason, the Kikuyus within Rift Valley region, and remember largely they are in Nakuru County, they are going to embrace the candidature of Lee Kinyanjuhi. But Ngunyi is saying that the Kikuyus in Rift Valley are more than the Kikuyus in Central region, which tend to be not true. The people within Mount Kenya region and Nairobi, there are more. If you look in the numbers with the last result in 2017. So in that way, he is not sincere. Now, tagging Lee Kinyanjuhi to Moi family, then the truth of the matter which comes out is that President Moi has had a preference of Gideon Moi to at least one day become the President of the Republic of Kenya. President Uhuru Kenyatta is aware of that information. So having this in mind, if Lee Kinyanjuhi will be a running mate Raila Odinga, so they are tagging this Moi family to that, then definitely it is going to be very hard after that to have Gideon Moi coming in to take over the power. Because in that way it might not work in their interest. Then one thing that is clear about Moi family, Kenyatta family and Odinga family, all of these families, they are not, all of these families are not targeting to become a running mate to anyone. These families are simply targeting to take over the top seat. Their focus is on the presidency. So for that reason, there's nothing that any of this family will go into as a running mate to anyone. So having this clear, there's no way Lee Kinyanjuhi will be a running mate to Raila Amolo Odinga. Because again, being a running mate, we are blocking Gideon Moi's interest, politically speaking. Now, still on the issue of Raila Amolo Odinga's running mate, many people are suggesting that that running mate should come exactly from the geographical location of Mount Kenya region, Uko. And seemingly, like many people are comfortable with Peter Kenneth as a running mate Raila Amolo Odinga, believing that he can add more value to the candidature of Raila Amolo Odinga if we are trying to compare it with the Lee Kinyanjuhi. Yes, Lee Kinyanjuhi is bringing the Nakuru votes, but they need someone who can bring the whole region vote, not a section of a county within a region. So having that clear in the mind, I tend to agree with what many people are preferring, that Peter Kenneth could be the best running mate to Raila Amolo Odinga, who seemingly will come from Mount Kenya region. Then in that way, they are going to try and make sure at least they are getting up to 30% of Mount Kenya region. If if Peter Kenneth is going to come with his 20%, President Uhuru Kenyatta add in his 10%, and Raila Amolo Odinga maybe generally get his 5%, then these people are good to go. They will be ready to take over the State House. I think that is the best matrix which can work out in comparison to what Professor Mutahi Ngunyi is giving out. Now, I don't know what you think about Governor Lee Kinyanjuhi matrix in Raila Amolo Odinga 2022 politics. So please let us meet in the comment section, where now we can exchange ideas. You can also tell me what you think. And you don't necessarily to agree with me. We can disagree, but constructive, so that we help other people to understand this discussion more better. Thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. May good God bless you, and see you in our next video.